Hello everyone and welcome to Drier Days. I'm Catherine. Thank you so much for being here. So this is my response to Michael's challenge to do a Nebula planet-like pour, and I need your help. I need you guys to let me know what you think of this piece. As you see the video go on, I will explain further how I need your help. I really want your opinion. But before we get started, I wanted to thank Michael so much for taking me up on my last challenge and to challenge me to this piece that I did. And I wanted to give him a little challenge back. So I have been seeing so many of these Dutch pours with acrylic paint, and I have yet to try it myself, and I would really like to see Michael try it and maybe somehow incorporate resin into it or something. So Michael, I'll give you creative leeway there with that, but I would really like to see you do a Dutch pour, either in acrylic or in resin, or yeah, whatever you think. And so to all my audience out there, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Today in this video, I want your feedback, I want your opinion. I'm going to set up a poll on this video that you can click on in the upper right hand corner towards the middle or end of the video for you to vote. And also, if you don't want to do that, or in addition to doing that, please leave a comment on what you think I should do here. This was my challenge from Michael. I had challenged Michael in my last video to do a resin geode using the same products I was using. And he did it, and then he challenged me to make a nebula / planet piece. So I took this round MDF board here. I painted the entire thing black, 2 coats, as you just saw. I just used a craft paint, and now I'm going to come in and show how I add stars, which it's pretty easy. I just get a lot of white paint on my brush. I show how I do this also in my Nebula stag video. That one came out really cool. I really like that Nebula piece. But my plan for this one, what I was going to do was I was going to create this galaxy look here. I was going to do an area with the colorful nebula, and then using texture, either my epoxy sculpt or like a stucco, I was going to create a planet, possibly with a ring around it like a Saturn. And use some more of those products from Laura, the Amazonite or the gold, to kind of add the texture, create this different otherworldly planet. That was sort of the idea in my head. And as this went going, the nebula sort of took over the piece. As you'll see, I even tried to kind of move a little of the nebula off of the piece. But as it cured and I was watching it, I really liked how it turned out. And then I thought, if I add a planet to this, it might just be too busy. I don't know if the planet would work on this. But then I would look at it sometimes and think, I don't know, maybe something's missing. Maybe it does need something more. So anyway, I want to know what you think. I 100% want to know. And depending on how the voting goes, I will or I will not add a planet to this piece. So I really want this to be interactive. I really want to know your opinion. Be nice about it, but just let me know what you think. I am totally open to it. I am not going to be offended either way, because I think I've just been looking at it so much now that I don't know what to do anymore. And what I usually do with pieces like that is I set them aside for a couple of months and I revisit them. But in this case, I was working on a challenge and I wanted to get this done. So here you see I just am tapping my brush that has all the white paint on it onto the surface, and that's really helping me get a wide range of different shapes. And as you can see, you can just come in there with your finger, or I was using before a little piece, a corner of my paper towel there. I got it wet first and just kind of manipulated that paint. Sometimes I will come in with my Uni Posca markers as well to kind of define out those stars a little more. Time I'm going into any piece that I want to do, I will lay out all of the pigments, the glitters, the mica pigments that I think I'm going to want to use, and that's what I'm doing here. You can see them all laid out up there. I have 2 different mica pigments from Artisan Pigments. I have some azure blue and alexandrite pigment from Laura's Art Corner. Those are Lorez products. I also have some molten gold from Lorez and some angel white. And of course I have the Amazonite sitting there because I, again, thought that I was going to incorporate some of that into this piece. And so I wanted to just kind of have the stone sitting there so I could have a reminder. These cute little silicone little cups here, I actually got by chance. I was ordering something else and those came in the kit. So as always, I'm going to link them in the description below, and I'll have them in my Amazon store too, because I did get them on Amazon, but I thought this would be a perfect time to try these out. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a tiny bit of my pigments in those little silicone cups, and then I will add my resin. I do have my resin pre-mixed there. It is Promarine resin. Again, you can find a link to buy Promarine in the video description. And anytime you buy any products from any of the links below or from my Amazon store, you are helping to support my channel and support me. So thank you so much. I only list products that I use and that I feel strongly about. I have had people ask me to represent their products, and if it's something that I have not honestly tried or that I have tried and I don't like, I do refuse. So anything that you see me using or representing, I do 100% use them and stand behind them. So, and just using my little popsicle stick right inside those silicone cups to mix up my pigments. That alexandrite is just beautiful there, from Lorez. Gorgeous color. And sometimes I'll mix up color too and I won't even end up using them. Like here I was using white and I don't even end up using it in this piece. So I do end up pouring it into a mold I have nearby, and I made some little tiny molds with it that I'll use to make magnets or coasters or something along those lines, or incorporate those into a piece later on. I should mention those stars are 100% dry. I did the stars the day before, so everything is totally dry now on this board. And I come in with just some clear resin, and I will move that all around the piece. I do come in and hit it with my heat gun. This is my brand new heat gun that I really like. You can find it in the description below. Come in, I'll do the entire thing, kind of sweep over it a couple times, set it aside, and I'll wait about 30 seconds or so, come back in and do it again, and I'll wait again. If it looks like it needs some more popping, I will come in and do that, but you do want to hit it a couple times just to get any of those bubbles out before I come in, because when I start laying in the pigmented resin, I am going to use more of a hair dryer to move it around, not so much my heat gun, so you will see that coming up. You can see why I liked these little cups right there. It already has the little spout that I try to create with my paper cups when I kind of pinch them together. And because I'm using a very small amount of the pigmented resin, it was just perfect in this case. So I really like these. Like I said, I just happened to get them by chance. They came in a kit with some other stuff. So, and the other stuff that came, I think I got some sticks and yeah, there was a couple of things in it. So I'm going to link that below if you want to check it out. There's that azure blue. It's really a gorgeous pigment there from Res that you can find in Laura's Art Corner. Again, the description will provide a link to her store. I just got this blow dryer on Amazon. It's a mini travel hair dryer, and it has an attachment to put on the end for more controlled airflow. It does have several heat settings. I want to say it was under 20 bucks. I was not looking to spend a boatload of money, but I did just want to get something small that I could keep in my studio for this purpose. I really like how it worked. It did move the air nicely without getting too hot. Like I said, it has a couple of heat settings, so that was really nice. And again, you can find that in the description below, or if you just want to click on the link to my Amazon store, it'll be in there. My heat gun, my new one, has pretty good airflow in it, and I didn't want to move this around too much, so I decided to come in with my torch to get some of those air bubbles. This is again a new one that I just got turned on to by a fellow Amazon person, and you can find this on Amazon as per usual. You can find it all in the description if you're looking for a torch for your studio. But as you can see here, the Nebula was really starting to take over. And for the next several minutes here, I'll get out the hair dryer. I'll get out some clear resin. I'll add a little more gold. You'll see me kind of doing that here. I'll cut some out for time purposes, but it was really starting to take over, and I thought the colors were beautiful, but I'm thinking I got to get a planet in here somehow. So I ended up tilting a lot of this off, and you'll see how it progresses. Here I just wanted to show, as part of my prep work, I always tape the back of my boards. And after it's been about 20 to 24 hours, actually this was probably more like 18 with Pro Marine. I find Pro Marine can set up a little bit sooner than like a stone coat. So you can see this is probably more like 18 to 20 hours with my Pro Marine resin. coming in and just pulling that tape off, and you can see the resin and the drips on that tape. And as I pull the tape off, it's just coming off so nice and cleanly. And now I can, you know, paint the back of this if I want to. I can just leave it as is. It's completely up to you, but now you have this nice resin drip-free back that you don't have to sand or create a bigger mess out of. And I do this very gently because, you know, the resin is not fully cured for about 72 hours. So just being very careful not to get any fingerprints or to press too hard on this. But yeah, it's just, there you go. Nice and clean on your back. You can see no drips. Nice and flat. And here it is. I really like it. I really like the colors. I think the depth and everything looks great. It really looks dimensional. It's so hard to tell in the video and pictures of these pieces, but when you see it in person, it really does look like layers of different colors. It looks like there's this separation between the nebula and the stars in the background, even though they're virtually in one layer. I didn't do any numerous layers of this, but I mean, as you can see here, I just think it looks really cool. I think it could stand well on its own. I don't know that we need any planets or anything added in there, but I really, really, really want to know what you think. So please take the poll. If you click the I in the upper right hand corner of this video, if you're on a laptop, it should pull the poll up. If you don't want to do that, or you're on a phone or something and you can't see the poll, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. And again, if I get enough votes either way, that's how I will proceed with this piece. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys loved this challenge that I did. If you did enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everybody, keep on pouring.